the starting lineups. First for Georgia Southwestern, in goal, wearing number 1, Joshua Swift. Number 2, J.P. Merlette. Number 3, Mohamed Balde. Number 7, Jonathan Sayers. Number 9, Dylan Marshall. Number 11,
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to USC Aiken Soccer for the second game of our doubleheader. This time it's the men's teams of Georgia Southwestern and USC Aiken, Pacers versus Hurricanes. Women's team won in decisive fashion, 3-0. Now the men will seek to do the same, or at least similar. I'm Marcus Johnson, and along with Kristen Lowry, we will be bringing you the action. Should be fun.
Oh yeah, lots of action.
Yeah, down in the press box, you were doing a lot of mental preparation for this game. As you may see on Instagram, I don't know if they actually posted that photo or not. The game is underway, and the Hurricanes have the ball to start things off. Keeping it in their own zone. Dempsey had it. Passed it on off. He's just trying to apply some pressure. Now Sayers moves it up, loses it to the Pacers. Kento Ito takes it. Passes it on back to his own defenders. And he'll send it on back to the keeper for today's game, Chase Bolton. Sent on up. Going over and meeting it, Dave Stone. He'll kick it on in. Chris Barraquette, who's been a great goal scorer, gets tripped up, as you saw before I did. Pacers will keep it. Andre Simon with it. Kicks it on over to Provost. Maki Provost gets it into Ito. Ito looking for an opening. He'll send it on back in. It looks like Brett Smith with it. Passes it over. Barraquette. Barraquette trying to center things. Ends up going off a body and deflects out of play. Joshua Swift, the keeper for Georgia Southwestern, goes out and grabs it, and he'll throw it back on in.
Or kick it, you know.
Either or.
Yeah. It's going back in here.
Sent on out, past midfield.
Headed by a Hurricane.
Into Pacers zone. A good deflection there for the Hurricanes, but it's going to roll on out of bounds. And it looks like we're going to have a corner kick here for the Hurricanes. Early opportunity here to try to jump ahead.
I was about to say, they're going to send anybody over there, but there they go.
Both these teams pretty evenly matched coming into the game. 2-2-1, the Pacers' overall record. 3-2-1, the Hurricanes' overall record. And it looks like Trevor Dempsey was going to take the corner kick. He's just going to shovel pass it off.
Kicked their way out.
Their plan didn't work as the Pacer defense spoiled it. However, the Hurricanes will keep the ball. Tossed on in off a Pacer head, off a couple more heads. It looked like Barraquette trying to do something with it. Sent on up. Pacers sending it into the Hurricane zone. Chase, foot race between Barraquette and...
Out of bounds.
Oh, never mind.
Way
out of bounds. Saw it go high up in the air. Didn't know where it was going to drift, though. Hurricanes taking the ball, bringing it back on up. Kretschmar. Thought he was about going after it. Ended up leaving the ball to go out into the corner there.
It's going to be a Hurricane ball, I believe. Tell you what, it's a hot one today.
Oh, yeah, very hot. We're roasting, the computer's roasting, the camera's roasting.
We got one little breeze.
Another corner kick for the Hurricanes. And again, they're just going to go with a little shovel pass there. And it goes out of bounds. Pacer ball. It's twice they've gone with it, and twice it has not done anything. Chase Bolton will kick it on out. Low kick off the head of Kretschmar. Pacers keep it, however. Tobier passes it on off to Smith. Smith gets it up, and Barraquette ends up heading it out, and it will be Hurricane ball. Toss back on in. Dave Stone trying to fight for it. Kretschmar sends it the other way, picked right back up by the Hurricanes. Ooh, Kento Ito stealing the ball away, coming out of nowhere. Pacers have possession.
Pass to Roberto.
Biandicho with it along the line. Good feet from Biandicho, and it's going to end up rolling out of bounds.
It's going to be a Hurricane ball, I believe.
Long throw on in. Could have a breakaway opportunity here for number 9, Marshall. He ends up meeting a couple defenders who double team him. Tries to center it. Good job by Brett Smith to get it out of harm's way. Kento Ito overruns it. Biandicho chases up after it, but it's stolen away from him. JP Merlet gets it. Or Merlet, I should say. Passes it back onto his own keeper. Now Swift sends it right back to him. Passes it on back. This time the pass goes from Kimmel. A little trip up over there. Tripped over his own feet. That was Julian Rugel. Simmond with the ball. Looking for a way through the defenders. Has his pocket picked. And it's brought up by Steenwachs. Now it's getting around the Pacer defenders. Right along the line. And Kretschmar ends up sending it out of bounds to allow his team to regroup. Merlette will toss the ball on in. Passed on in.
Back.
Bringing it up, centering it is Polly. Trying to get around the defender. Shot. Misses high and goes out of bounds.
That was a close one. He was very close to the goal. Inside the 18 there.
First real quality opportunity for either team. And Bolton sends it on out. Good kick. Sent back in by the Hurricanes. Coming up and meeting it is Marshall. Marshall trying to bring it out into the corner around Kretschmar. Centering. Sent on out by Stone. Now it's picked up by Rugel. Intercepted by Smith. Barraquette trying to chase it down, fighting for possession. Georgia Southwestern holding it around midfield. And a foul coming up here on the Pacers. Kimmel passes it on off to Merlette. Merlette gets it on up the field to Avery. Avery back to Merlette, back to Avery. Slide tackle is missed by the Pacers. Trying to center it over the net, goes to the opposite corner, and that is going to roll out of bounds. Brett Smith just let that one go. May as well not waste the energy, knew where it was going, and he'll just throw it on in from the corner.
Headed right there.
Still bouncing around. Hurricanes taking it over. Merlette with it. Passes it on over. Avery, Chris Avery losing it. Biandicho takes it, using his speed, trying to catch up and get ahead of everybody. Bringing it in from the side. One man to beat on the defense. Brings it back, puts a shot up, and right into the hands of Joshua Swift for the save.
He had him beat on the speed, though.
Yeah, leave it to Biandicho to make things exciting.
A little to the right or left, I think he probably would have had the keeper beat there.
And he put the ball on the net, and good things tend to happen when you do that a few times. Booming kick down the field, off ahead, wandering into the corner, and that's going to go out of bounds. Hurricane ball. Merlette will toss it on in. Passed on in, off ahead. Bicycle kick, just sails high over the net. But it looked like Bolton had a good read on it, so even if it was lower.
Yeah, he made it. He jumped all the way up over the crossbar there.
Yeah, Bolton probably would have made the save, but he didn't have to.
Yep.
Just about 10 minutes gone in this first half. No score yet between the Pacers and Hurricanes. And Bolton skies it on the field. Hurricanes taking possession of it. Chris Avery taking it over, trying to bring it into the corner. Getting around the Pacer defense. Good defense there from the Pacers' own number 16, Provost. Gets it up to Biandicho. Biandicho bringing it up the side. Getting around the defenders. Looking for an open man. He's got Barraquette over on the far end. Barraquette knocks it down. Holds it. Brings it up. Sends it in near the goal. Over the head, off the post. Oh, a golden opportunity that almost came out of nowhere. And he just put it off the post.
Out of play there on the Pacers.
Hurricanes will try to bring it back quickly. Get momentum back on their side. Barraquette ends up getting tripped up. No call on the play. Brought back up by the Hurricanes. Passes it on up. The pass to Avery intercepted by Provost. Gets it on up the field. Andrews meets it in the corner. Tries to get it around the defender.
Out on
but
a
it goes,
Hurricane.
and it goes off of Lucas Kimball's foot and out of bounds. It will stay Pacer ball. Maki Provost will toss it on in near the corner. Tossed on in. Ito tries to head it. Georgia Southwestern kicking it out of harm's reach. Kretschmar fighting for it. Loses it. Breakaway opportunity coming up here. Ooh, good defense, though, from the Pacers. Like Dave Stone got a foot on it before.
Very nice slide tackle there. Very nice.
Some good defense coming up from both sides here. Pacers showing off their D now. Brett Smith bringing it on up into the offensive zone. Trips, still no whistle. Hurricanes bringing it on up after the steal.
Very good defensive plays there by the Pacers.
Ito, ooh, got the ball around the defender. Tries to pass it on up for Barraquette. Barraquette off in the side. Trying to center things for Biandicho. Biandicho now trying to center it. Looked like he may have tried a shot, but it ended up being a centering pass. Red Smith meets the ball, passes it to Simmond. Simmond sends it on in, off the head of a defender. And now it's going to be taken away by Chris Avery. Avery passes it on off. Jonathan Sayers now passes it, looking for an open man. JP Merlette meets it. Bringing it on in, trying to get around Kretschmar. Kretschmar intercepts the pass, but stolen right back by the Hurricanes, and that shot, not sure if it was a shot or a pass. Either way, it went wide and out of bounds. Back and forth with just under 32 to play. No score, but no lack of opportunities. Kicked on out. High in the air. Bunch of heads meet the ball. More heads meeting the ball. Kretschmar chases it down, keeps it in bounds, using his height to his advantage. Gets it on up to Ito. Kento Ito looking for Driss Barraquette, skies it. Barraquette pops it up behind him, trying to keep the ball in his possession. Still trying to. And finally a whistle is called as there was a lot of pushing and shoving. It looks like a foul is going to be on the Hurricanes, and it will be Pacer ball. Chris Barraquette will kick it. No, they're going to have somebody else kick it. Near the goal. Still near the goal. Kretschmar looking for it. Ends up having his shot deflected away. And it's going to be cleared out by the Hurricanes. Chasing after is Chris Avery. He's got to have to beat out Stone. Or not Stone. Wasn't Stone. It was actually number 16, Maki Provost, who ended up tripping up Chris Avery, drawing the whistle. And the official is going to have some words, and there's going to be a yellow card there on Maki Provost. Kicked on in. Kretschmar meets it. Sends it into the corner where he'll catch up to it.
Kicked way out of bounds there.
And just trying to get some room for his defenders to do work. JP Merlette throws it on in. Trying to beat out the defenders. Chase Bolton gets it on the redirect. Just rolls it on out to Simon. Simon looking for an open man. Kicks it on down the field, looking for Ito. Ito meets up with it. Trying to get it around. Now Merlette meets it. Kicks it on up. Provost kicks it back to Simon. Simon trying to get around the defense. Chris Avery now chases after it. Keeps it in bounds, sends it down the pitch. Chase Bolton's got enough time to meet it, and he does. And Bolton sends it on down the pitch. Off ahead. Barraquette running after it. Trying to beat Bald for it. Now Simon. Simon corrals it. Moving it in on the side. And he ends up deflecting it off of Avery and out of bounds. And we're going to have a corner kick here for USC Aiken.
These always stress me out. There's a lot of action in a very small little place.
Simon sends it on in. Off ahead and out of harm's way. Provost gets it over to Biandicho. Biandicho. Slow little pass. Still a little, nobody with possession yet. Barraquette steals it away now. Bringing it on in. Trying to get around the defenders.
I think there's an injury on the field here.
Play continues. Provost. Simond. Now Brett Smith with it. Smith trying to bring it on up. Samuel Andrews was fighting for it, loses it. Kept on in by Stone. Rolling on into the corner. And now we're going to have a stoppage in play. And we're going to have a stoppage of the clock. They're going to wave the trainer on out. So we're going to take a short break while they address the injured player. With 27-21 left in the first half. No score between USC Aiken and Georgia Southwestern. And we're about ready to start back up. The man down for Georgia Southwestern was Trevor Dempsey. He was able to walk off under his own power, however, so that's a good sign. So it will be Hurricane ball as it's kicked on out by their keeper, Swift.
The clock hasn't restarted.
You're right, they have not reached. There it goes. Took him a couple seconds. Biandicho chasing after the ball as it runs in towards the corner, and he's not going to be able to keep it in bounds. Just a little too fast even for him. Merlette will throw it on in for the Hurricanes. Off of Kretschmar's head, off of Provost's head, and out of bounds. Again, Merlet tossing it on in. Kretschmar gets a head on it. Biandicho keeping it in bounds. He's bringing it on up. Tries to get around the defender. Gets it up this middle. Puts it near the goal, and it's scooped up by Swift. Swift kicks it on up. It's a pass midfield. Provost gets a header on it. That's picked up by USC Aiken. Tobier got a pass on off to Provost. Now Biandicho takes it. Good slide tackle there by the man who was injured not too long ago, Trevor Dempsey. He's probably feeling fine now. Into the corner, Kretschmar fighting for it. Keeps it in bounds, but he overruns it. Allows the Hurricanes to retake it. And off the legs of Kretschmar and out.
Yeah, I'd be feeling a lot better too after a good slide tackle like that.
Well, he's obviously not too hurt.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a corner kick here for Georgia Southwestern. They're going to have Jonathan Sayers take the corner kick for the Hurricanes. I think they may try that same move that they've been doing on their last 2 corner kick attempts. Either that, they're lulling the Pacers into a false sense of security. Nope, they're doing the same move. Provost applying some pressure, ends up stealing it away. Simmond with it. Back up to Provost. Provost brings it on up. Pass midfield. Just kind of slides it for Ito. Ito has the ball taken right off his foot. Silvio Pali bringing it up. Loses it. Tobier with it now. A little pushing and shoving there. That's going to draw a whistle, and it's going to be a foul on the Hurricanes.
What? That's 3 times now they've done that short corner and one's gone.
Pacers get it to Ito. Biandicho. Back up to Ito. Ito overruns the ball. Good slide tackle there from Lucas Kimmel.
Good defense played by the Hurricanes.
Tobier has it again. Pass up to Simmond. Simmond looking for a way around the defenders. Ends up losing the ball. That's picked up by Bald. And a whistle blows the play dead. It will be Pacer ball. Barraquette passes it on up for Tobier. Tobier overruns it. Barraquette keeps it though. Trying to put it into the corner for Simmon, and it ends up going out of bounds. And the AD, Jim Hurley, he picks it up. Popped out of his chair real fast to grab that one. Brought on up by the Hurricanes. Intercepted by Provost. Biandicho takes the loose ball. Sends it on down. Barraquette picking it up. Barraquette trying to get around the defenders. Does. Moving in on goal. Passes off for Ito. Ito the shot. Scores!
The ball to Kento Ito, the assist Driss Barraquette.
Kento Ito and Driss Barraquette teaming up for that goal. And that was a beauty for the first goal at 22:51 left in the first half.
Yeah, that was a great assist there.
Great job by Juice. Give him the fucking ball, you fucks up.
And play resumes. 1-0 your score here. Just about halfway through the first half.
Yep, Got about 22 minutes left here.
All bouncing around. And it's going to end up going out of bounds on the Pacers. Hurricanes keep it. And off ahead into the stand. I'm going to say it went off of a Hurricane, so it's now Pacer ball. It's like Dave Stone will take it. Kicks it on back over for Kretschmar. Kretschmar gets it over to Provost. Provost bringing it out up. Ito can't corral it. Ends up going into the Hurricanes. A little fight for the ball. And a whistle here. Looks like a foul on USC Aiken.
That guy's such a liar.
And Oriak, who got called on that one, man down. No need for the trainer to come on out as Jonathan Sayers gets back on up. Lucas Kimmel passes it on over for Merlette. Merlette passes on up for Avery. Avery's pass doesn't quite find its target as Provost takes it, puts it in near goal. Swift will scoop it on up and roll it right back on out for Rugel. Rugel gets it around Ito, finding Dempsey. Dempsey back to Kimmel. Merlette now takes it. Sends it right back for Kimmel. Ito trying to apply some pressure here. And it's cleared on out by Kimmel. It'll be a foot race for the ball now. Provost trying to get around to it, ends up knocking it out of bounds. And it will stay Hurricane ball.
In for the Hurricanes, number 8, Shannon Madre.
Madre coming on out onto the pitch. We'll see Sayers come off. Sent on in, off ahead, and right back out. And this will be a corner kick.
Right back out.
Corner kick was sent on in and foiled by the Pacers. Ito chasing after it as Kretschmar sent it on out. The foot race is won by Ito. He centers it. He's got Barraquette. Barraquette hands it on off. Here comes the shot. Low, not a lot behind it, and Swift was able to make the save.
So close there.
Good opportunity there, but number 12, Oriak, didn't have quite enough power behind that to really do much. And the score will stay right where it is at 1-0. Off ahead. Provost picks it up in front of his own goal. Passes it on out to Biandicho. Biandicho bringing it up the side. Now he's trying to center it, trying to pass it for somebody. Simon finds it. Puts it up the center. Oh, and the shot was blocked. Another rebound into the hands of Swift. Another opportunity for the Pacers there that just was not meant to be. Kicked on out by Swift. Deep down the pitch. Provost heads it out back to Ito. Ito trying to corral it. Looking for Provost. It's stolen away. Kretschmar applying some defense. Ends up getting tripped up. And it's going to be Pacer ball.
Our keeper's going to kick it on out now.
And keeper Chase Bolton will send it on down.
And it's off.
Off a few heads. Tobier misses it. Kretschmar misses it. Stone will just let Bolton take it. And Bolton will now pick it up as he meets some pressure from Dylan Marshall. Bolton sending it out. Kimmel gets ahead on it. Provost gets ahead on it. Collision there between Auriak and Kimmel. And it will be Pacer ball still.
The ref did not like that too much with his repeated no sirs.
Surefire sign, you're in the South. No, sir, no, sir.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Simon kicks it on in.
However, everybody's headed too far.
And over the heads of everybody, nobody there to get it. Goes right out of bounds, and will knock on the locker room door.
Substituting in for the Hurricanes, number 19, Divin Moak.
Moak goes onto the pitch. And it looks like he will be replacing number 11, Silvio Potley. Sent on out.
Attempt out ahead, but missed.
Tobier gets it to Biandicho. Biandicho trying to get around the defense. He's got Ito. Still with the ball. Looking for an opening. Gets it to Auriak. Auriak loses it. Chris Avery passes it on up. Provost meets it. Auriak takes it again. Back to Biandicho. Biandicho through the legs of Avery. Trying to get it through. Sent back on out by number 21, Trevor Dempsey, and out of bounds.
Still Pacer ball, however.
Substitutions coming back on out. Ito will come off the pitch.
Number 26, Pedro Chung, and number 15, Chukwudi Apugo.
Apugo coming out onto the pitch for the Pacers. And Apugo trying to meet the ball right away. Slide tackle keeps him from getting it. That's going to be a whistle.
So he's going to be Hurricane ball there.
And you are right on that. Official going to have some words with Apugo. Hurricanes with the ball. Apugo applying some pressure.
Oh, stolen.
Stolen away by Driss Barricade, who's trying to bring it up quickly. And he's going to end up having to go out of bounds. Didn't have a really good angle to do anything with it, but still, good job by Barricade to steal it away.
Yeah, very good defense there.
A pair of substitutes for the Pacers, number 6, Gregory Bennett, and number 20, Oliver McAllen.
Couple more subs for the Pacers. Brett Smith will come off the pitch. And Provost will come off the pitch as well. On a hot day like this, you're not too surprised seeing so many substitutions.
Yeah.
All sent into the Pacers zone. Tobier trying to run after it. And it's going to end up going out. And it will be out on the Pacers.
A lot of substitutions, especially at this 3, 4 o'clock.
When the humidity is really peaking and
yeah.
the sun's still out. I know exactly what you mean. All bouncing around off of heads galore. And a whistle here. It'll be Pacer ball.
Yep.
Looks like a foul on Hurricanes. Pacers will bring it on up. Simmond sends it on down the pitch. Looking for Barricade. Barricade ends up getting knocked down.
Tripped up.
And it's going to be a foul on the Hurricanes.
Looks like he might have landed on his arm a little wrong there when he got tripped up. He's shaking his hand a little bit. But you don't need that in soccer, so.
Well, I mean, if you're a keeper, you do.
Well, yeah, he's not, though. Just a hand.
See who they're going to have kick it now, either Barraquette or Simmond. And they're going to have Barraquette send it on in. A little high.
Headed, I think, off of a hurricane there.
Yep, deflected on out.
Yep. Still Pacer ball.
It looks like we're going to have a corner kick for USC Aiken.
Here we go again with these dang corner kicks.
All that action happening in that small space.
Oh, it's like both teams are just chilling right there.
Simmons sends it on in. There's the action in the small space, and it's going to go right back on out of bounds. It'll be Hurricane ball.
Substituting in for the Hurricanes is number 16, Manuel Duran.
Duran coming onto the pitch. Coming off of the pitch is Steinlocks for the Hurricanes.
Hurricanes keeper sending it back in there.
Off ahead.
Off another head.
And now Auriak sends it in the air into the corner. McAllen's going to end up letting it go out of bounds. And it's Hurricane ball. Merlette with it. He'll throw it on in. Throws it in near the goal. Bounces around. Tobier's head gets on it. Still bouncing. Nobody with good possession yet. Pacers trying to get it out.
That was a good deflection there by the Pacers.
There's Barraquette running with it now. Trying to shake off his coverage. Passes it on up. Looking for an open man, and it's going to roll out of bounds. And it's going to be Hurricane ball. Swift kicks it on out. Over a bunch of heads, and it's going to roll right back out. Pacer ball. Just over 10 minutes to go in the first half. Pacers leading 1-0 over the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes. One goal off the foot of Kento Ito.
Yep, exactly 10 minutes left here in the first half.
Hurricanes trying to get it on out. They're trying to beat it past Barraquette, and they're going to end up kicking it out of bounds. And it'll be Pacer ball. Tossed on in. Pugo trying to get it. Ends up losing it. Barraquette trying to meet the ball, unable to. Hurricanes take it. Duran passes it back to Merlette. Merlette's kick ends up going out of bounds. It'll be Pacer ball. McAllen tosses it in quickly. Biandicho passes off to Auriak. McAllen keeps it from going out of bounds.
Some good footwork there.
Back to Auriak. Tobier now takes it.
Back toward midfield.
Kicks it on out looking for Barraquette, and it's going to end up going out of bounds.
Too far over his head there.
Ball is inbounded, stolen away, but an immediate whistle. Foul on the Pacers. Hurricanes keep the ball. Send in towards Swift at goal, and he'll kick it away from the pursuing Apugo. Pacers take the ball now. McAllen will toss it in.
Some nice pressure there by Roberto to make him kick it out there.
Apugo ends up falling over his own 2 feet. He's complaining he was tripped up. The official not giving it to him, though.
There was definitely some disagreements there. But doesn't matter what sport you play, you're not going to reverse the official's call, no matter how bad it is.
Well, I mean, in baseball, you can issue a challenge. Or
Yeah, but that usually doesn't work out.
I've seen it work plenty of times. McAllen heads it down. Kretschmar trying to send it back on out. Intercepted, though, by Dempsey, who kicks it across.
Nope, kept in.
Good movement there by Madre. Still fighting for it. Barraquette trying to get it. And it's
out
going
on
to be
Pacers there.
out on Barraquette. Hurricanes toss it in quickly. Off some heads. Ooh, collision out there. And that's going to draw a whistle. And we're going to have a stoppage here.
Well, will he get back up like the rest of them? Oh, yep, there we go. All better.
Yeah. Looks like a yellow card being issued, though.
Yep. I believe that's the first yellow card of the game, isn't it?
Second.
Yeah, that's
be the
right,
second,
yeah. All on the Pacers, I believe.
Yep, both of them were on USC Aiken. So nobody too badly hurt. Trevor Dempsey get to kick. Pops it over to the defenders near the net, and Chase Bolton chases it down. And we're going to have a corner kick for the Hurricanes.
Interested to see how they'll play this one, if they'll do that little short pass again.
We will see. They're actually going to go with a regular old kick. Meets the defenders. Near Bolton. Bolton jumps up and grabs it. And it's Pacer ball once again. Sent on down the pitch. Barraquette trying to win the foot race to it.
Kicked out by, I believe, a Hurricane there.
Yep, and it's going to be a corner kick.
For the Pacers.
Now coming on the pitch for the Pacers, number 14, Thomas Jurgensen.
Jurgensen coming onto the field. He will be replacing, I believe, Andre Simmond. Just Barraquette will take the corner kick.
Passes over the captain's band there.
Sent on in on the corner kick. Off some heads. Rolls on out. Stone chases after it. Dave Stone meets it. Faces some pressure. Kicks it on up for Kretschmar. Kretschmar.
Reflected off of a Hurricane defender there, out of bounds. I think it's going to be Pacer ball.
It will remain Pacer ball. Gregory Bennett will take it. Off the head of Barraquette. Apugo trying to work with it. Sent back out. Stone chases it down. Loses it though. Hurricanes keeping it. Sent in towards the net. Chung into the corner. Somehow keeps it in bounds, but Pacers steal it away. McAllen up for Biandicho. Biandicho trying to get around the defenders. Sends it back to Kretschmar, however. Back to Biandicho. Biandicho sends it down the pitch. Apugo chasing after it. Catches up to it. And it's going to roll out of bounds.
Yep, off a Hurricane, I believe.
Yep, so that'll be another corner kick for the USC Aiken. 3:40 left in the first half. Pacers up 1-0. And this game being brought to you by South Carolina Education Lottery. Remember, when you play the South Carolina Education Lottery, you're not only taking a chance, but giving a chance. Biandicho will take the corner kick. Kick on its way. Bounce around, shot, just sails high over the net. Kretschmar somehow found the ball and had a good lane to shoot it. Just missed it by about half a foot over the crossbar.
The substitution is number 18, Daniel Menson.
Daniel Medson coming on. Coming off the pitch for the Hurricanes is Dylan Marshall. Off ahead in the Pacers zone, Kretschmar kicking it right back on out. Barraquette trying to get a foot on it, and it's going to end up going out of bounds on the Hurricanes, so Pacers will keep it. And in, fight for the ball. Still fighting for it, and that's going to end up drawing a whistle. It'll be Hurricane ball. And that one's sent out off the legs of Biandicho. I'd like to give an update. USC Aiken Pacers volleyball goes into Flagler and wins it 3-1.
Very nice.
To keep that winning streak alive. So congratulations to them. They should be on the road probably right now, headed back to good old Aiken, South Carolina.
Oh, yeah. Go Phoebes.
And another whistle there. Looks like a foul on the Hurricanes. Hey, going to volleyball, that was a big win for them. That was one of those games that you weren't sure if they could pull off the win or not, but it's nice to see them go on the road against a very tough opponent. That is Flagler.
Oh, I knew they were going to win. I had complete confidence in our volleyball
Well,
team.
I mean, I do too, but
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take everything into account, though.
All that action up in all that small space.
Yeah, you know, all the action in the
That's
small
the
space
small
that is a
space on
volleyball court.
Yeah. It's crazy out there.
Biandicho sends it in towards the goal. One hopper
Right
into the
his
hands.
1 minute left
Of
in the
Swift.
half. 1 minute.
And Joe Kucharski reminds us there is 1 minute left in the first half. So if something's going to happen, it's got to happen soon. Sent on into the Pacers zone. Hurricanes taking it. Kretschmar lets it go by him. But Stone will take it. Moves it in towards the corner and ends up sending it out of bounds.
30 seconds here in Pacer Pit in the first half of the men's soccer game.
Goes off the flagpole and out of bounds again. But this time it's a Pacer ball. Ace is just draining the clock, trying to go into the half with a 1-goal lead.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
And Bolton just
1,
kicks it on down the pitch.
0.
And that
We've
ends it.
reached halftime here at the Pacer Pit. Your score, USC Aiken 1, the Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes 0.
So we go into the half. USC Aiken leading 1-0 on the goal by Kento Ito. And we will be back in about 15 minutes for half number 2 here at the Pacer Pit. Don't go away. And we are back. Marcus Johnson along with Kristen Lowry. About ready to start up the second half between USC Aiken and Georgia Southwestern. USC Aiken leading 1-0, scoring that single goal with Kento Ito in the first. And he will take it to start things off here in the second. Kicks it off into the corner, and it goes right out of play to start things off. Tossed on in by Bald. Simmond loses it, but it goes out off the foot of a Hurricane. Pacers keep it with Brett Smith. Tosses it in. Simmond can't hold it. It's going to be Hurricane ball. Keeper Swift will take it. Sent on out to midfield. Pace is trying to take it. Tobier with it. Trying to look for Smith. Has his pocket picked. Brought on up quickly by Sayers. Sayers trying to get through. Ooh, that was almost a bad moment there as Divin Moak came in and almost had a clear shot on Chase Bolton.
Yeah, the ball too close to the danger zone there.
Barraquette sends it down the pitch. That's going to be taken by Merlette. Merlette just hands it back to Swift, who kicks it on out. Deep down the pitch, and that's going to go out of bounds. Pacer ball. Provost send it on in. Ito trying to center things. Stone just hands it on off. Kick is deflected by the defender. Picked up by Barraquette, trying to find an opening, trying to center it now. Kimmel stopped it. Barraquette almost took it back away. And that's going to be Bald with it now. He finds pressure from Tobier. Tobier moving in on goal. Here he comes on the side. No, bad angle, puts it on goal, however. Nice save by Joshua Swift. Even on the bad angle, that was a good opportunity. And honestly, I don't play soccer myself. I just commentate on it, but I may have tried to take that shot a little bit earlier if I were Tobier.
Yeah, I feel like he ran in a little too deep there, which is fine.
Hurricanes take it, passed on up by Medinson. He has it again and loses it to the duo of Pacer defenders, and USC Aiken takes the ball. Long throw there. Kimmel intercepts it and pops it up off his foot. Now he heads it. The chest of the Pacer D. Trying to get it up for Barraquette. A little foot race for the ball. Kicked up in towards the corner. And it's going to roll out of bounds. Corner kick for the Pacers. Tris Barraquette will take that corner kick. Short kick up to Simmond. Simmond couldn't corral it properly. Allowed the defenders to close in on him. Barraquette trying to reach it now. Couple tumbles. Ball rolls out on the Hurricanes. Pacer ball. Smith tosses it in for Ito. Ito gets it back to Smith. Smith trying to bring it up to the middle. Trying to pass it off for Driss Barraquette. Up in the air. Smith heads it. That's going to head on out. And it will be Hurricane ball.
Yeah, the tempo has definitely slowed down a little bit here compared to the first half of the game. So far.
And we'll see if it picks up as time goes on. Either it'll pick up or it'll get slower.
Yeah.
Kicked high into the air, into the Pacers zone. It's going to end up out of bounds on the Hurricanes, so USC Aiken ball. Tossed on in, and right back out. This time it's a Hurricane ball. Back into the stands. Can't seem to get it to be in play for very long. Just draining the clock. Now it's a little bit farther away from the border. Shot coming up just over the goal. Came out of nowhere there. Bolton lucky it went a little too high.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting that.
I don't think anybody was. Oh, Bolton sends it on out. Kretschmar with it. Gets it on up. Stolen away by the Hurricanes. Biandicho trying to chase it down. Gets his feet tangled up. And it's going to be Hurricane ball still. With it now, Duran. Passes it on back. Rugel kicks it on down. Header from the Pacers. Biandicho takes it. Trying to get it to Simmond. Simmond. Bringing it up. Trying to get around Merlette. Dancing around. Kimmel pressuring him. Ito with it. Bad angle. Tries to get a shot off. Goes off the defender. And it's picked up by the Hurricanes. Passed off by Duran. Bringing it on up now. Sayers. And it's going to go out of bounds. It will remain Hurricane ball. Sayers tosses it quickly in. Pressure from Barraquette. Ball sent high into the air. Smith heads it on down. Barraquette going to try to chase it on in, and it's going to go out of bounds anyway. Tossed on in. Barraquette shovels it forward. Now Barraquette gets it from Ito. Ooh, nice little move there from Barraquette, trying to center things.
Yep, some good footwork there.
Header picked up by the Hurricanes, popped into the air again. Wandering over to the corner, Bald. Fighting Barraquette, and it's going to go out.
He centered the ball well. There just wasn't anybody there for him to
nobody.
center the ball too.
Doesn't matter how well you center it if
nobody's
there.
Yeah.
Hazel will take the ball in the back corner. Smith tosses it in. Simon with it now. Trying to get out of the corner somehow. Manages to get it up near the net. Biandicho runs up to meet it. Passes it on over. Provost. High kick towards the goal, right into the hands of Swift, who was sitting there camped out under it. Swift sends it on down. Off the head of Kretschmar, back into the Hurricane zone where Merlette chases after it. A couple players go down trying to get the ball. Slide tackle there from Kretschmar. That's going to draw a whistle. And it's going to be Hurricane ball. Daniel Menson will kick it on in. Kicked on in. Chung. It's popped up. Awkward shot, but it almost on goal there. Good opportunity there.
Just slightly wide to the right there.
Mohamed Bald just missing the net, just a little wide to the right. And now Chase Bolton will kick it on out from his own goal. Kretschmar meets the pass. Puts it up. Looking for Biandicho. Fought for, rolls out of bounds on the Hurricanes. Pacers will keep the ball. Thrown on in, looking for Ito. Kimmel meets it, however. Now Biandicho trying to take it away. Biandicho still trying to hold it. Gets it up to Ito. Ito trying to get it over to Barraquette. Just overshot him a little bit. There's Barraquette trying to make some moves with the ball. Fighting for it. Toppling on top of it. Double teamed now. And finally they take him down. No whistle, however, despite the arguments from the Pacer bench. Play continues. And then the ball goes out on the Pacers. Tossed on in. Off ahead. Sent back in to the offensive zone for USC Aiken. Simmond. Finds Barraquette. Back to Simmond. Simmond trying to get it around the defenders.
There.
Finds a man. Now it's stolen away by the Hurricanes. Pacers trying to catch back up to it. They will. Provost kicks it on in for Biandicho. Biandicho putting it in towards the net. There's Barraquette. Barraquette puts a shot on and it goes off the side of the net and out of play. Bad angle there from Biandicho, but he did the best that he could with what he was given. Swift will send it on out. Off some heads. Barraquette with it. Simmons now takes it. Trying to get around the defenders. Out of the corner. Brings it on up. Ito tries a one-time shot. It goes off a couple bodies. Nowhere near the net. And down goes Ito, and now they're going to get a whistle here.
Pacer ball still.
It'll be a Pacer ball.
Hey, what happened to the yellow card, man?
Pacers will get a kick here. Let's see who's going to take this kick in just a second. Simmons puts it up.
It's a goal.
No, not a goal. It looks like it may have gone in.
In the net.
It went into the side. There's a little support stuff there for the cart that it went off of, and it bounced it back into the side of the net.
Number 20, Chris Avery.
Oh, that was an optical illusion that got everybody excited, but then they come crashing down.
Yeah, it definitely got me.
Good chance, though. Good chance from Simmons. Way to beat it around the blockers. Try to get it on net. Maybe a couple inches to the left. That'd be a good goal.
Off a few heads. Off a few more heads.
Still hasn't hit the ground. Still hasn't hit the ground. Another head. And again. Now it hits the ground finally. Tovier picks it up. Stone sends it on over for Biandicho. Biandicho trying to beat the coverage.
He has some crazy fast feet.
And Biandicho, fast feet and just fast in general. Ooh.
Wow, he about kicked it into his own goal right there.
That would have been disastrous there. Trevor Dempsey goes for a slide tackle, but luckily his keeper was paying attention and Swift jumped up to meet the ball. Smith has the ball now. He'll throw it on in. Simmons has it go off his head and out of bounds. Now it's Hurricane ball. 30 minutes, just a little over 30 minutes left in the second half. 1-0 your score. USC Aiken with the lone goal. Although there have been a few opportunities on both ends of the pitch.
It was thrown in by the Hurricanes there and deflected off of a pacer right back out of bounds.
Jonathan Sayers will kick it in just a moment. Remember, USC Aiken Athletics is sponsored by Tyler's Tire and Auto Center, located just off Whiskey Road, and run by USC Aiken alumni. Stop by Tyler's Tire and Auto Center. And a whistle is blown just before the kick went off. And it will be USC Aiken ball.
Speaking of Tyler's Tire, I got the opportunity over the summer to work with his daughter at a softball camp, and I must say there are some very nice people.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yep.
If they're listening, I'm sure they appreciate the compliment.
Yeah.
And if they're not listening, somebody tell them to listen.
Somebody let them know.
All bouncing around in the air, Smith heads it. Now Kimmel will head it. Sent down the line. Tobier tries to catch up to it. It rolls out of bounds, however. Smith tosses it in. Off the head of Barraquette. Simon tries to kick it. Has it deflected. Still deflected. Almost a handball there. Kept into the zone. Deflected off of Kretschmar and into the hands of Bolton, who sends it right back on out. Ito takes it. Passes it over. Barraquette trying to get around. Does. Moving in towards the net. Gets tripped up. And that's going to draw the whistle. And we're going to have a stop in the clock. Barraquette getting up a little gingerly there.
Yep,
And he's giving him a yellow card. Yellow card on Mohammed Bald.
I think that's the first one for the Hurricanes this game.
I think you're right, yeah. 3 in total, 2 on USC Aiken, 1 on Georgia Southwestern. Simon will kick it from the right side. Up in the air. Deflected off the post.
Oh, right off the post.
Another opportunity there, just barely missing.
Just missed it.
But the Pacers will get another shot here with a corner kick. Simon going back to take that as well. Simmons corner kick on the way. Sent on back out. Provost loses it. Stone chasing up after it. Keeps it in the attacking zone. Now it's stolen away by Merlette. Trying to bring it up quickly are the Hurricanes. Biandicio is going to try to stop it now. Now he loses the ball. Sent on over. Sayers tries to get to it. Has it stolen away. Kicked right back in by Dempsey. Pauly with it. Side of the net. And Bolton smothers that one before any damage can be done.
It's just funny because you're like, before any
Bases will have the ball around midfield. Tossed on in by Provost. And it goes right back out of bounds.
I'm not even
Hurricane
sure
ball.
if he tossed that inbounds.
Yeah, I don't think he did. Hurricanes tossing it in now. Kretschmar gets a head on it. Another head on it. And that's going to draw a whistle. Foul on the Pacers. Kimmel with it.
We got about 26 minutes here left in the second half.
Still only 1-0.
1-0.
Hurricanes trying to keep it. Simmons steals it away, bringing it up quickly. Has to beat one man. Dempsey covering him pretty well. Good slide tackle. Able to keep it going. Off ahead now. Hurricanes stealing it right back. Bald bringing it up. Passes it on off for Sayers. Sayers gets some pressure. Passed on up by Steinwachs. Kretschmar gets a foot on it. Sends it on back down the other end of the pitch. Swift kicks it on out now. Trying to get something going here. Off the back of number 9, Dylan Marshall, who, had he turned around, he may have had an open shot on goal. Bolton rolls it on forward. Ace is trying to bring it on up.
Some nice footwork there.
Hurricanes with it. Dempsey just passes it off for Bald. Now it's picked up. Hurricanes bringing it into the other end. Avery with it. Avery has to fight off Biandicho. As it end up going out of bounds, and it's actually out of bounds on the Hurricanes, so USC Aiken takes possession.
Coming on the pitch for the Pacers is number 15, Chuck Capugo.
Done in by Smith, well down the pitch. Scooped up by Swift. Swift kicks it back on out.
Headed.
Nobody there for where the ball landed, and the Hurricanes taking it. Smith trying to steal it away. Barraquette applying some pressure to Bald. Bald able to fight him off. Keeps possession. As it deflected, but right into the hands of fellow Hurricanes, and then basically a tackle there from Kento Ito, number 14, Rugel. All staying around midfield. Picked up by Dempsey, passes it over to Bald. Bald trying to get around Smith. Somewhat able to as he brings it around to the side, tries to center it. And that one's going to sail way out of bounds and go just completely out of Pacer pit, almost into the parking lot.
It was a good defensive play, though.
I think they're going to have a corner kick here. So that will be a corner kick for the Hurricanes. Dempsey will take it.
Whole lot of action.
In a little space. Well, not this time, as they do the little pass play that they've been working on this entire match.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what that's all about. I haven't really figured it out yet.
It hasn't worked for him yet as Simmons brings it down the pitch. Finds Barraquette wide open. Barraquette coming up the side. Now he centers it for Ito, and Ito.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, it would have been good if this was American football, but this is not that kind of football.
Yeah.
A trio of substitutes for the Pacers. Number 15, Chuck Capugo. Number 12, Daniel Orasek. And number 6, Gregory Bennett.
It's about the equivalent of a pop fly right there.
Pop fly, well, extra point if this was, again, American football. Yeah. Like I said, that would have been up and right through the uprights.
You could tell as soon as he kicked that, though, he knew he miskicked it.
Oh, yeah. Too much of the top of his foot on it.
Headed.
Bald trying to get it. Fighting off Ito. Hurricanes keeping it, however. Bolton rushes out to meet it. He's going to face some pressure, so he'll just pick it up. Thrown on over for Kretschmar. Passed on up. Biandicho. Actually going to have a whistle here. It's going to be hurricane ball. Ball must have gone out of play. And another whistle stops the play dead.
Pacer ball here.
It's right back to the Pacers.
Got about 20 minutes left here. Pacers really need another goal just to
get a little insurance.
Yeah, absolutely.
A 1-0 lead never feels safe.
Never.
And no matter what the sport is. Hurricanes trying to bring it on up. Pauly fighting off defenders. Pass for Sayers, overshoots him, but he's able to catch up to it. Tries to center it, meets a defender. A little action going on there. Not sure what was going on, but we had a cameraman blocking my view. Barraquette brings it up the pitch, though. To the side, just a little pass now for Bennett. Cleared back on out. Pacers trying to keep it going. Driss Barraquette with it. Looking for an opening, unable to find it as it's stolen away from him. And that could have been trouble as Dave Stone whiffed on the kick, but is able to recover in time to keep big offensive play from happening. Kicked on in, Swift jumps out to meet it before Biandicho could catch up to it.
Hurricanes trying to take it back.
Bringing it on up. Pass is stolen away. Ito sends it up to Biandicho. Biandicho moving it on up quickly. Biandicho still with it. Puts a shot up and just misses, looking for that top right corner. And it just sailed wide. Kicked on out. And it goes out of bounds off of a Hurricane. And Gregory Bennett will take it for USC Aiken. Tosses it in. Kicked right back out by the Hurricanes. Opportunity maybe brewing here for them. Sent up, trying to center it, just a little too high for everybody. Pauly chasing it down, however. Corrals it, trying to get around the defense. Puts a shot up, but it's blocked by Kretschmar and sent out of play. And that will be a corner kick.
The substitution is number 19, Devin Moak.
So corner kick. Again, they just go with that little passing maneuver. And Kretschmar intercepts the pass again. Still has not worked at all today. And Kretschmar gets tripped up. That's going to draw a whistle.
Come on, that's a red card.
And another yellow card coming up, so now we're even in terms of yellow cards, 2 apiece.
Oh, red.
Oh, and there's the red. There is the red. So it was Muhammad Bald who got yellow carded earlier. That automatically becomes a red card. And so the Hurricanes will have to play a man down. 16:52 left in the second half. Pacers still with a 1-0 lead, but now they also have a man advantage.
The substitution for the Pacers is number 20, Oliver McCallan.
McCallan coming onto the pitch now for the Pacers. Looks like he is going to take the place of Maki Provost. Tossed on in. Hurricanes trying to clear it on out. Kretschmar sending it back on in. Oriak fighting for it. Stolen away. Polly fighting off Oriak for it. It's going to end up rolling out of bounds on the Pacers. Hurricanes will keep it. Merlette will just kick it on back to Kimmel, who faces some pressure here. Swift now clearing it.
Headed.
Ito trying to head it. Gets a little bit of success on that as it starts drifting back into the Hurricanes' end. Over the head of Ito, who ends up falling down after he jumps. Kretschmar bumps it off his chest. Keeps possession. Passes on off to McCallan. Pass back on over. Biandicho picks it up. Bringing it on in. Pass over to Barraquette. Barraquette with it. Gets around the defender. Puts a shot up off the leg of the keeper, Swift. Good save. Barraquette tried to pick it up on the rebound. Another shot. And Swift again coming up with the save.
Yeah, the keeper for the Hurricanes got very lucky there because when he shot that ball, it deflected off of a Hurricane, and then the keeper had already dove, so it just hit his legs.
He got lucky, but hey, sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, he's going for where the ball was going, not where the ball had gotten deflected from.
Yeah, keeps the score right where it is at 1-0 with under 15 to go. Ball will roll out of bounds.
That'll be a Pacer ball there.
Yeah, looks like you're right. Hurricanes sending it back out. Off the head of Kento Ito. Dempsey taking it now. Tries a little light pass. Up to Avery. Slide tackle attempt from McCallan. It was successful, but the ball ends up going out of bounds, and it'll be a corner kick. Now, the way the Hurricanes have been taking their corner kicks, USC Aiken may not be too upset about that. With those little passes, they don't have to worry about a lot of action in a little space. The corner kick coming up.
Actually kicked this one.
Right into the hands of Chase Bolton, who went out to meet it. Tosses it on up. Simmond running it up as quickly as he can. Trying to get ahead of the rest of the defenders.
Oh.
Backtracks for a second. Some good moves.
Right between his feet there.
Basically takes down his opponent, Avery. Now Avery runs up to meet it. And Kretschmar ends up tripping up. I believe that was Dylan Marshall. There's no whistle on the play.
Yep.
As the ball went out of bounds. McCallan tosses it on in for the Pacers. Off ahead. Ito skies it back into the Hurricane end. Headed into the hands of Swift, who will throw it on out. Moak with it. Tries to get around Ito.
Good
Ito
slide
ends up
tackle.
stopping him. Barraquette, little pass on off. Hurricanes wanting an offside, not going to get it. Apugo's shot is blocked and sent out by Lucas Kimmel. That'll be a corner kick for USC Aiken. Looks like they're going to have Andre Simon take it. Kicked up. Off the head of Kimmel. Ooh, and Kento Ito was just knocked down. That's going to draw a whistle.
I think he got headed on the back of his head.
That cannot feel good. It doesn't look like there's going to be any cards drawn. Simon and Barraquette standing by the ball. We'll see which one of them is going to take the kick. Simon takes it, kick is up, and off the side of the net, looking for that upper corner. Was not meant to be, however.
Substitutions to come on the pitch are number 16, Manuel Duran, and number 25, Joel Tobier.
We have just under 10 minutes left in this half.
Still 1-0. Both of these teams do have a tie on their records. Sure, they'd rather not have another one.
Yeah.
They'd probably rather take that than a loss. Plenty of time left for anything to happen. Off the head of Simon, as it's been cleared out. And it's going to roll out of bounds. Stays in Hurricane possession, however. Kick back in, Polly with it. Trying to center things. Gets a pass on up. Moak with it, and he's going to have his pocket picked as well. Off a little redirection. Rugel tossing it in. Looking for Polly. It's off a chest. Simond with it. Kicks it on up ahead. Sent right back in. Oriak gets it. Simond back with it now. Bennett, back up to Oriak. Pass up to Barraquette. Barraquette bringing it up. He's triple teamed, and he tried to pass it looking for Bennett, but Bennett ended up tripping over something on the grass. May have just been the grass itself. That's an opportunity missed. Hurricanes take it away. Sent on down the pitch. Off of a head, off of another head. Make it 3. Ito missed that kick there as it's stolen away by the Hurricanes. Avery taking it now. Trying to get around the defenders. Just kind of passes it on off for Dempsey. Passed on up ahead again. Stolen away by the Pacers. Kimmel keeps it in though. Biandicho taking it on up. Trying to get around Dempsey does. Now he's trying to beat through the defenders. Some redirection of the ball. Kimmel heads it forward. Picked up by Polly, who brings it up. Polly passes it on ahead to Marshall. Marshall getting around the defenders, bringing it back a little bit. Gets a pass over for Avery, who's got McAllen to beat. Centering pass, slide tackle out of the way. Oriak brings it on up, pass up for Barraquette. Barraquette coming up the pitch. Trying to get around. Stolen away, however, from Merlett. Pacers picking it right back up. Apugo passed over for Bennett. And it passes it over to Ito. Ito now to Simond. Simond tries to thread it through the defenders. Isn't able to, but he's able to pick it up. Puts a shot up. Diving save there from Swift. And he'll roll it on out. As the Hurricanes now will bring it up. Sent on up ahead. Polly with it. Trying to get around. Tobier. And it's going to roll out of bounds. And it's a corner kick for the Hurricanes.
Not very many people were
And
happy with that call.
Pacer bench not too thrilled. Another corner kick coming up. Sent on in. McAllen gets a head on it, sending it right back towards the corner. Jump up for the ball. Avery off of his hand, and they are going to call that one.
Pacer ball.
Pacers trying to do something with it now in the offensive zone. Ball's going to end up out of bounds. Pacers keep possession. 5:30 left to go in regulation if the score stands as is, 1-0.
Giuseppe Simonino and number 17, Brett Smith.
Brett Smith coming on. Along with Giuseppe Simonino. Going to take the place of Simond, and it looks like Biandicho. McAllen throws it on in. Couple Pacers get knocked down. Play continues. Kimmel just passing it on over. Cleared on out by Rugel. Off of the back of number 9, Marshall, sent back into the zone. Rugel keeps it though. Merlette. Avery trying to get around McAllen. McAllen playing pretty physical here. That's going to blow the play dead, and it will be Pacer ball.
5 minutes left here in the regulation.
Tossed on in. Looking for Ito. It's deflected the other way. Oriak has it. And it rolls on out of bounds. And it looks like we're going to have a corner kick here for USC Aiken. Kicked on out. Out of bounds again. Pacers fighting for the ball. Kimmel steals it away. Swift will now take it. Clears it on out. Kretschmar sends it right back in off the head of Kimmel. Bennett fighting for it. Oriak now has it. Passes it over to Smith. Smith looking for an opening, trying to deflect it off of Kimmel. Goes off to the corner and is going to end up out of bounds. It will remain Pacer ball. Tossed on in. Barraquette getting double teamed. Ball ends up out of bounds again. Pacers still with the ball. Pacers are going to sub in, so the clock will stop.
Substitutions for the Pacers, number 22, Scotty Melvin. And for the Hurricanes, number 15, Chris Steinwachs.
So substitutions are in. Ball inbounded again. Toss back in and right back out of bounds.
Very interesting techniques going on here. In and out, in and out.
Well, it's beneficial to the Pacers as the clock continues to run with about 3 minutes to go in regulation.
Especially with only a 1-0 lead.
And right back out again. The ball has stayed in that corner for a good 2 minutes now. Smith with it. And he'll toss it in, this time a little bit farther up. Off a couple bodies, couple whiffed on the kicks. Cleared on out. And that goes off of, looks like Stone. It will be Hurricane ball. They try to bring it on in quickly. Out of bounds again. Moak will try to toss it in. Just over 2 minutes to play. Bringing it on in. Good defense there from the Pacers. Kicked out of bounds by number 22, Scotty Melvin Jr. of USC Aiken, who just subbed in. Kicked on out. Ito clears it on out of the zone. Under 2 minutes to go. A 2-minute warning has come and gone.
Kicked all the way back to midfield. Oh.
Headed right back in.
He dove into that head.
That's going to roll out of bounds, and it's going to be Pacer ball. Smith takes it. Smith tosses it in off a couple of heads. Kimmel skies it down to the other end. Tobier kicking it right back in. Kimmel trying to track it down, beats Bennett for the ball. Fight for the ball between Bennett and Duran. Now Avery chasing after it with Bennett. Into the corner. Bennett holding it there.
1 minute left in regulation. 1 minute.
And we reach the final minute of play. That's going to be a whistle. Stoppage of the time. And a yellow card there on, it looks like Bennett. 49.9 seconds left in regulation. Pacers clinging to a 1-0 lead. Swift will send it on down. Off the head of McAllen. Ito trying to get possession, gets thrown down. Be a foul on Georgia Southwestern. Out of bounds, 30 seconds left. McAllen will kick it in. Officials claiming there need to be 30 seconds back on the clock, so instead of 21.6, it will be at 30. And remember, USC Aiken Athletics, brought to you by the Concierge Team, a real estate boutique. Contact Mike Stake if you're ever in the market for a house. The clock issues have been resolved, and we'll get back. Callan sends it on in. Off the head of Kimmel. Kept in there by the Pacers. Here comes the shot.
Oh.
Saved by Swift.
What a great save there.
Sent on out to midfield. McCallan keeps it in, sends it out of bounds.
10.
And the countdown
9,
begins.
8.
Hurricanes
7,
have to hurry, try to
6,
score with just a few
5,
seconds remaining. Sent
4,
right back out of
3,
bounds.
2, 1.
And that will do it.
0.
Pacers win!
Your final score here at the Pacer Pit. USC Aiken 1. Georgia Southwestern 0. The lone goal of the game came in the 23rd minute off of the foot of Kento Ito with the assist to Driss Bearcat. A clean sheet for Chase Bolton this evening. The University of South Carolina at Aiken and the Pacers, thank you for attending this afternoon's and this evening's match. Remind you the next soccer matches at the Pacer Pit are next Saturday at 1 o'clock and 3:30 when the Pacers face the Young Harris Mountain Lions. Please drive home safely. We hope to see you then, and good night from the Pacer Pit.
Well, that concludes our afternoon. The Pacers get a pair of shutouts. The women win it 3-0. The men win it 1-0. And that will do it here from the Pacer Pit. Thank you for joining us. I'm Marcus Johnson, and for Kristen Lowry, thank you, and have a good one.